Is it okay also for a Christian young man to have a long plaited ear?
Have long what?
Plaited ear.
Oh, you mean dreadlocks? There was a young lady present who had, this is no joke, a hairstyle with all kinds of additions. And as I usually describe it, as a small eagle's nest on her head. That's the way it looked. And then I spoke about for the glory of God. The next morning, I was doing one-to-one counseling, and she came, and I didn't recognize her. She took it all off. Then she told me who she was. And I said, what happened? She said, well, the Spirit convicted me, and I took it off. I was in another country doing a week of prayer, made a call for baptism. This man came every night, a real Rasta. You know what a Rasta is? Every night, and on the morning and he accepted to be baptized. On the morning of the baptism, while I was preaching, he went to the back of the church. And when he came back, nobody recognized him. He went back there and cut everything off. Came up and got baptized. Now, that's what they did under conviction then. The question, the principle remains the same. When you choose a hairstyle, were you thinking of the glory of God? That's all I'm saying. And again, we don't police people. You can preserve piety without policing members. The question is, were you thinking of the glory of God when you bought those shoes? And only you can answer that. But I can't come and tell you. Now, I was at a church in Los Angeles. They had standards for coming up on the pulpit. You could not come out with dreadlocks. You could not come out with 9-inch heels. You could not come out with your armpits exposed. You could not come up if your dress was above your knee. They had stand that you could come to church. You could not come with that pulpit. Now that was that church. Are you following me? And so if you sincerely ask, is this for the glory of God? You'll be surprised how the Spirit will change your behavior and mine. As a matter of fact, if you and I would go to our closets tonight and look at all that we have and say, which of these was for the glory of God, we may have to go the next day and buy an entirely different wardrobe. I was in South Africa many years ago at a restaurant, and I told her the story, I believe. This waitress came with a piece of metal in her nose. And I said, why did you do that? She said, because I wanted to. That's the reason most of us do what we do, because I wanted to. Ask yourself, is this for the glory of God? And then listen to the Spirit.